Hi folks, I've done a sound check on the webcam, and as far as I can hear, it's very good. Uh, and also check the colour; it's perfect as far as I can see. You might think differently, but I don't want any complaints. I'm doing my best to optimise the webcam. I'm very pleased with it, really. I'm using the microphone on the webcam and not the computer one. Alan Owen sent me this beautiful picture of the Liverpool Leeds Canal. I think it's going through by Bradford, going through Bradford. So I'll do a version of it. I won't copy it, but I'll use it as a base for a picture. So thanks, Alan. Let's go back to that. I'll put that to one side and tell you the colour. The colours are the usual palette. My basic palette: the cadmium red, ultramarine, Payne's grey, yellow, cadmium yellow pale, and yellow ochre. I'm using some walnut oil. It hasn't gone off, I'm surprised, but nutty and delicate, perfect for drizzling over delicious salads. Well, it's got to be food grade quality, isn't it? I was looking in Asda this morning to see if they had some more of this, but they do it. It looks like Asda on the thing. Could get one with smelling of garlic, couldn't I? But anyway, and I've added a bit of fast dryer to it as well. There we are, artisan fast drying medium. I don't get any money for promoting that one, but that's the size bottle you want. If you're an oil painter or you want to stay with oils or you like oils, this is a 250 milliliter bottle, plastic bottle. What I do first thing is to prise off the back lid, get rid of it, because you'll be forever trying to get it to unlock. So I just dispense with it, cut the edge with a Stanley blade craft knife, and now it tightens down right. It's just a child-proof lock. I hate them, but I suppose you've got to have them. But it's easy to that doesn't click now. Right, okay, so ready to go. Do a bit of a sky. So it's a nice bright sky. So let's do a fairly bright sky with a bit of clouding. So a bit of ultramarine, bit of yellow, a bit of white, white. I'm using up offcuts. I've got another one to go. You can't waste it. The size of this is about, well, I'll tell you so that you will know what we're dealing with. This is 8 inches by 6 inches, 8 by 6. I would have preferred it if it had been a longer format, but that's the bit I had. So that's what it's going to be. I should probably lower the horizon because it's a bit of a small painting. But let's move my brushes. Making a bit of a clatter. Walnut oil has been used for centuries, I believe, and I think for some reason it got superseded by linseed. And I like linseed, but my bottle of linseed oil is down to about it's a litre, isn't it? About 250 mils. Whatever that is. Right, let's get that brighter on the horizon. That makes a bit of ochre with it. I want my sky to look like the photograph, but we've got a lot of blue reflected in the river. It goes down a bend there. So we're just covering the board. Not too much paint on it. Okay, let's just refine the The sky here. Take your skies, your clouds off of the picture, off of the. Just link them up. Okay. Now a bit in here, bit of impasto. Okay, well there's our sky. Let's go. Oh, where's my cloth? Where's my little cloth? Probably dumped it. Right, I do have what. Right, now we start to put in some trees. Do a tree brush. There we are. So we've got darker trees at the back. The light seems to be coming from the right, but we'll well, let's mix up a nice green. So my usual green. There we go. Whack it in. A bit darker. Some shadow in there. Coming down to the reeds or the grasses. So we want dark. Plenty of dark in there. Just so it gets some counterchange. We go all the way across here. And there's a big dark. So a bit of Payne's grey in that mix. Go away. And then a bit lighter coming down the outside of this. And a big mass. Just the 3 primaries with that bit of stuff added. Right, let's go here. I've cut off a bit of this. Well, that's really dark there. Bit of red in there. And that tree must come down to there. And then we want quite a bit of dark on the left-hand side of that. To counterchange. Counterchange that bit there. We put some nice light green in there now. Bit of oil. See, that's why you put the dark. So that the dark counterchanges with that light yellow, that lighter patch. So we can even go darker with that. Dark green. Okay, so that's that. Let's do some on the other side. And we can brighten it up as we get a bit of shape in on these things here. There's the Payne's grey or the dark green. Not too much red in it. And so the sort of vanishing masses of trees, big ones, small ones, some as big as your head. Okay. Okay, that's right. Now we're just going to refine that a bit with some nice yellow, like yellow-green. It's clashing with the sun there. This could be any canal really, Chichester Canal. Still got more light in there. Clean the brush. Let's add a little bit of that yellow ochre to the yellow. And then we've got a brighter yellow, brighter green. All about counterchange. Light against dark. A bit of white. It helps out. Right, then we've got more trees going over here. Sometimes you can almost substitute Payne's grey for those greens. Let's get some lighter stuff in here. Counterchanging with there. Right, now we've got a bit of sward put in. So, a bit of white, a touch of yellow, a touch of oil. So a nice yellow. Now let's get that. Probably a bit oily. It's quite hard to get the paint off the brush here. Right, okay, now we need some dark bank, dark greeny. Okay, now we can get a bit of light. Clean the brush. Use the sky brush here. Clean off most of it. I want that quite light, very light blue in there. There's a bit of that blue. Right, okay, that's okay. Just that's a bit washed out there. Oh, it's dry nearly. I do believe it. Don't like that anymore. Let's paint it out. That is almost dry. That's because I've put that the Griffin is alkyd resin based. Cool. and the oil with the dryer in it's making it dry quite quickly. Take your clouds off the picture. Looks like I'm painting the same shape as the cloud with a, but I'll just do that, sort that out. You do get a really good shadowy green with this Payne's grey. Okay, that's now those reeds, we've got to do something with them. Now you'll see why I painted dark under there is because I'm going to get those lovely greens in. So let's get some white, get my cheapo brush and start stippling. Put your white in there. There's enough green shade in there. And we'll go right out to that, to there. And a little bit darker. This will be a little lighter than that. Bit of oil. Now, oil paint stays where it's put. Unless it runs down, you've overdone it. Now we'll put some dark in there. More of those, warm up the dark. Touch of red. Alright, more light on the tops there. It's catching the sunlight. Well, there doesn't seem to be any reeds on that side. Now we'll just try and refine the water a bit. You could also clean your brushes with the walnut oil, but I shall still clean them with the dishwasher or washing up liquid. You need good liquid. You don't need the cheapo supermarket brand. You want fairy liquid or something good and strong. Right, okay, let's get in with this nice bit of light now coming into that. Going to create the impression of reflections. The easiest way to do that is to put the paint on and then drag it down. Then you can disturb it. Probably a bit darker in there. So we'll do that again, go over that. Let's get some nice blue in there. We want that greeny shadow, don't we? much darker than that. Come over a bit too far there. I need that sky colour. Oh, go away. Quite tricky, this bit. Alright, let's get that back in there. Don't we come into that shadow or reflection too far? It's only because it's a very small piece of board. A little bit of green coming through there. I don't think I'll put it in. Now I might put that tail in, but I just want to get that the dark, really dark greens. I'll put a bit more place. Oh, no, mate, I'll use. Oh, tell me if you want to use that brush. Oh well, I've mucked it up now, so I'm going to use it. Dark green. I remember this brush. I thought I cleaned it, and I hadn't. It's sort of sprayed a bit, but let's just drag that down. So that light coming from those clouds there, coming through here. And that's really dark there. Nearly there. Right, I'll go to that goes there. I've not put any detail in it, other than a bit of stippling. And we're going to do a bit more stippling because we want that nice yellowy green to come down here as well. Right, so let me just drag that down a bit. Right, okay, I think I could let that go. Now, that tower, there were a couple of figures. I'll just indicate them. I can find the brush. Where's the brush? Where's my little brush? Can you hear me swear? What have I done with it? Oh well, I've got another, I've got a watercolour brush. Or a brush. I'll use this one. It's a tiny little modelling sort of brush. So a fine liner. So we've got, let's have a, so we get a tower colour. Bit of shadow, so we'll put it there. A little bit of a top to it. Oops. Nice bit of light. Looks like a Chinaman, isn't it? Let's just cool that out a little bit. It's just like the top of the tower. Oh my goodness sake. I know what happens is my son and daughter, they're texting their mother. Of course it comes down to the group WhatsApp. No, I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to put that, paint it out. I'll put the figures in. So, yeah, look at this. I hate this. Oh. Turn it off. That's the best thing for that. Right. Oh. So let's turn itself off now. Right, well that's all you need for those. I can put a bigger one in, sort of a bit nearer, a bit of red. Put him in. And the blue jeans. That red. I put where red out, I'm not going to use it. Okay, well that'll do. Okay, well, let's have a look at it on the screen. It looks okay there. Right, we'll let that go. So that's the Liverpool and Leeds Canal impression. We've got a mucky bit there. We'll have to change that. I'll sort of chalk that. A bit of nice light yellow. Don't be afraid of... Oh, goodness sake. It hasn't turned itself off. Should. The most important thing about painting is, any painting, is counterchange, light against dark. Otherwise, if you don't get your contrast right, it doesn't read. If you know what I mean. It doesn't ring true. And there's no depth to it. To create that illusion that we're painting a three-dimensional view on a two-dimensional board. Still probably could go in a bit lighter with some of that reed colour catching the light. It's a bit better. Right, okay. Enough's enough. Got to clean the brushes now. Okay, thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoy this one. And let me know what the sound's like. The sky I've made as simple as possible, but all these masses, so the only detail I've put in is the figures. This was a bit difficult because I'm contained in a very small space, but no excuses. It's what it is. I'll see you later. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.